Today on WBLN News, the Pope prepares to speak to the UN. October's Respect Life Month and... Oh! It's game day! Let's get hyped! All this and more coming up right now. Good morning, Belen. I'm Stephen Kayas, and welcome to this edition of WBLN. Here are your news for today, September 25th, 2015. The Pope continues on his apostolic journey in the United States. While in Washington, he focused on U.S. issues. But now that he's in New York, it will be global affairs on the agenda. Rousing applause for the first Pope to address a joint meeting of Congress. In his speech, he urged lawmakers to work together and help the powerless, namely undocumented immigrants and the poor. Pope Francis said, "The fight against poverty and hunger must be fought, constantly and on many fronts." The Pope did not shy away from controversial topics like climate change, calling on the U.S. to use its great innovation and leadership to avert disaster by saying, "I am convinced that we can make a difference, I'm sure." After his speech, he passed a statue of Junipero Serra, the Spanish priest he canonized on Wednesday. Before leaving the Capitol building, he asked the 50,000 faithful gathered outside to pray for the children, families, and himself. The Pope saw firsthand some of the poor and homeless he spoke about. At nearby St. Patrick's Church, he blessed a lunch served to Catholic charity clients and said a prayer for the poor. Today, the pontiff will speak at the UN, which our seniors will be watching in the Cosculluela. We go live to Alejandro Guerrero, who is there now. Alejandro, the seniors are excited to see the Pope. How's the mood down there?
Thank you, Stephen. Everyone here is super happy. You know, the Pope finally getting to speak to the UN. Most of the seniors are excited to just see what he's going to touch upon here.
Well, that's great. Alejandro will be checking in with you after the Pope's speech.
All right, thank you, Stephen.
Let's go to the UN now, where Senior Rodrigo Bustamante, Voices of Youth Ambassador, and anticipating the Pope's arrival. So, Rodrigo, what's the mood like up in the UN?
It's very crazy right now. When I got here today in the morning, the lines were all the way out, super long. It took us about like an hour and a half to get in. The security is very tense over here. But once you get in, everyone's super excited. Everyone from all around the world, no matter what religion, what culture you're from, they're all excited to hear what he has to say because it's a huge day over here. This event has been in the planning forever.
And what exactly do you think he's going to be talking about to these masses of people that are coming to see him?
Yeah, well, today it's all about the Sustainable Development Goals. It's the beginning of this summit where we're going to expand on the Millennium Goals that were established in 2000 and create a better world. For sure, he's going to be talking about his Laudato Si encyclical, where he talked about environmental protection, and he's definitely going to be talking about the youth and the effect that they can have on our future.
After the UN visit, the Pope will visit 9/11 Memorial and will celebrate the Mass at Madison Square Garden tonight. October's Respect Life Month. Beginning on the 1st, the Respect Life Club will start selling baby footprint lapel pins for $5. The club is also coordinating a group to participate in the Life Chain on October 4th. For more information, contact Ms. Susie Corzo. In other news, Chinese President Xi Jinping is in the nation's capital today on an official state visit. President Obama and President Xi Jinping will hold bilateral talks, a joint press conference, and a formal state dinner tonight. The two leaders are meeting amid tensions over alleged Chinese cyber spying, which is on the agenda, as is the economy, climate change, and maritime disputes in the South China Sea. Now here's who we'll be meeting this afternoon. The chess team will meet today at 3 p.m. in room F208. RoCapo will be meeting at 3 p.m. in room H211. The Model UN will be meeting in room H213. Attention all 10th, 11th, and 12th grade students. If you're currently in an honors or AP math class and have a 3.5 cumulative GPA, then you can join Mu Alpha Theta this year. The application and all pertinent information is available on the Belen website under Students' Life and Clubs and Activities. The National Beta Club will be spearheading an initiative to help the homeless in our community throughout the entire month of September. You can help by donating travel-sized toiletries that you've accumulated in your travels. The donations may be dropped off in the main office or with Ms. Sosa in room G202. The club will be having their first meeting of the year, Monday the 28th at 3:05 in the Cosculluela Hall. Members may bring their toiletry donations for the homeless to the meeting. Now stay tuned as we bring you weather and sports right after these messages. And now on to Mark Novas with the weather.
Thank you, guys. This is pretty clear outside, but we should be expecting some showers later on in the day. Let's take a look at your highs and lows. We should be expecting a high of 86 and a low of 76 with the relative humidity at 74%. Winds will be coming in from the east-southeast at 9 miles per hour and isolated thunderstorms with a 30% chance of rain. Let's take a look at your next 3 days. The next 3 days we should be expecting highs in the high 80s and lows in the high 70s and a greater than 50% chance of rain every day. That's all for weather. Now back to you.
Thank you, Mark. Now here's Francisco Blanco with sports.
Thank you, Stephen. The JV golf team defeated Riviera yesterday at the Biltmore Golf Course by a score of 175 to 190. Belen was led by Andy Perez and Aleco Smith with scores of 42. The varsity swim team will travel to Stewart in a large invitational. The middle school cross-country team went to the Ferguson Invitational at Larry and Penny Thompson Park and finished in 7th place. The top finisher for the Wolverines was Lucas Morales. The junior varsity middle school game in 5th place. The team was led by Michael Hernandez. Tomorrow, the middle school, JV, varsity, and varsity cross-country teams will compete in the Florida Runners Invitational, being held in Titusville, Florida. All students interested in joining wrestling can begin showing up to practices, conditioning, and instructions next Monday through Friday at 3:15 p.m. in the wrestling room. Now, we all know that today is game day. The Wolverines will finally face off in the most anticipated game of the season. Earlier this week, Alejandro Guerrero got a chance to sit down with Coach Stewart and talk about the game.
So what's the team going to have to do you think, to beat Columbus on Friday?
Well, first of all, we got to just treat it like another game, number one. That's hard because, with all the hype going into that game, it's hard. And then you get into that stadium, there's 10,000 people there. So that's the first thing we have to do, is just treat it like another game. And then the times we've been competitive with them, we've played them 10 times. We've been blown out a couple of times, like 3 or 4 times. But the games that have been competitive, what's happened is in the fourth quarter we've had the lead or tied, and their depth seemed to get us at the end. We've just got to finish now. We have to finish the 4 quarters. Those games were earlier in the season, so now we have a few games under our belt. So that should hopefully help us with that issue.
Okay, so a big question: who do you think is gonna start against the arch rivals?
Well, we're not going to really change the lineup up much from last week. We got everything pretty much in place. Nobody got hurt, knock on wood, and thank the Lord. So we're in good shape there. So we're just gonna go with that. But a lot of guys are gonna play. We don't guys that necessarily start aren't gonna necessarily finish, and we play a lot of guys. So it's gonna take every one of them to get this job done.
So you kind of touched on this, but how much of a difference does it make to be playing Columbus this late in the season?
Right, I did touch on it a little bit. It's got to be a advantage for both teams. I think we played them early on, and the advantage for us anyway is we were able to find out where we needed to improve. We've had 4 games now, and a kickoff classic, so we made some adjustments, and we have more stuff in too. We have more plays in. Obviously, when you're playing week 1, you're limited to how much you can put in. So we've added a few more plays to the playbook. We've made some adjustments with our personnel, and it should be a crisper game, hopefully.
The supply for student tickets has run out. Tickets can still be purchased today in the bookstore until 11 a.m. All tickets sold tonight will be $20. Ask your homeroom teachers to let you go buy your tickets. That's all for sports. Now back to you.
Thanks, Frankie. Now be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook for all the latest news, year, and pictures. Also tune in this afternoon for our Pope's Visit update. I'm Stephen Calles, and on behalf of all of us here at WBLN, thanks for watching, and stay golden, Wolverines.